I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. I'm live from Boardwalk in Atlantic City, and I'm damn cold. I don't feel like being here just because I'm physically uncomfortable and I only got 2 hours of sleep. I didn't go to bed until 7:30 this morning. I did a very late night filming inspired by something really weird that happened last night that you'll find out about it in about 2 weeks because that's about the lag time between the videos that you're seeing and when I filmed them. And of course, if something is really, really, really important, that I might just put to the front, but it'd have to be really, 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 really important to do that. And my mom, I just talked to her on the phone a few minutes ago. See, she called me up at 9:30 in the morning, and that woke me up. I actually brought the cordless extension by my bedside just so that I could monitor it, for my mom and stuff. But and I thought she was going to be mad at me that I have not been able to successfully go to the hospital to meet her because I always leave her too late. Or like what happened yesterday, I tried to call her and I couldn't get through because somebody else was talking to her on the phone. So anyway, I don't know what this sounds like. I have no idea. And I apologize if you guys can't hear too much of my playing. Like I explained yesterday, the louder I hit these strings with the pick, the greater chance that the strings will break. And I have a hard time restringing my instruments because there's a chance if your face is too close to it, if the string snaps, it could cut your face, it could break hair off. It actually can cause blindness. If you ever look at some guitar string manufacturers, they'll actually say to be careful when you're changing your strings. The Martin strings say that specifically. So yes, there is a danger to hurt yourself if you don't really feel confident what you're doing. And I hate to say this, but I don't feel confident, even though I've watched a crap load of videos on the subject, and I've talked to a lot of players, and I've watched my guitar tech, you know. So anyway, let's see what happens today. And fingers crossed there will not be any encounters of a police variety. And that's the main reason why I'm actually doing this live thing, is because I was told that if it looks like I'm recording, the cops don't want to be caught being rude. So just like you notice, they're wearing body cam footage to protect themselves. Keeps people honest when they know that they're possibly being recorded. Anyway, welcome to my fair shithole of a little resort town. This is what the boardwalk looks like today. As you can see, there's not a heck of a lot of foot traffic this way. Now, if you go uptown, which is back that way, you're definitely going to see probably a lot more people. But still, when it's this windy and this chilly, it's just not conducive to hanging out unless you're wearing lots and lots of layers. So all the homeless people that are around here, think of how uncomfortable they are. Oh, speaking of my homeless brothers and sisters, yesterday at the very beginning of my stream, when that guy came up and he gave me the only dollar that I made yesterday, it was this guy. I'm forgetting his name. I had a magazine for him, and I forgot it yesterday, but I remember it today, and I just gave it to him, and he's really happy because what I gave him was a copy of The Advocate, which they joined forces with another magazine called Out, and he's gay, so he will appreciate it anyway. I like to give gifts to my friends, and you know, especially people like that really don't have a lot. So, oh, it's cold. I'm probably gonna put that coat on in a few minutes. See, I cut my fingers back real good. My nails. My nails were a little too long the past couple of days. But it felt so good to be playing again. I approach my playing the way I approach my dancing. That I always viewed when I worked in dance clubs and stuff. I always viewed that as getting paid to practice. And likewise, I don't play a lot in my house. I prefer to play outside when there's a chance you can get paid for it. I know maybe that's a bad attitude, but the way I see it, I'm being paid to practice. Okay. And if I'm going to break a string, I'd rather break a string when I'm out trying to make money than if I'm home and obviously not making anything. So I have to kind of work smarter as opposed to harder. Because as it is, I'm working hard, just running the house and taking care of my mom. And if you've never been a caregiver before, it takes a lot out of you. So I'm not making excuses or anything. I'm just saying, I'm really fucking. But, just never know. I'll be happy if I see some friends. I'll be happy if I get stoned. And certainly I'll be happy if somebody decides to grace my palms with some fun. But you know what? Since I was here, I've only been here about 20 minutes and I already got 26 cents from somebody. So I'm grateful. I'm freaking grateful. But last night when I was coming home, I decided there was somebody I wanted to avoid here. Smelly cat, hey. I ducked through the valet parking area of the Tropicana and I found three roaches and two pennies. So that brought yesterday's total to $1.02 plus the roaches. You know, and it's something. That would take care of. Well, you know what? My mother could ride the city bus on Absecon Island for half price because senior and disabled people get half price. So I think that would be about 75 cents or something. So you see, in theory, I made enough yesterday to get my mom a one-way ride on the bus here in town. So, and she's telling me the hospital might discharge her by a taxi. And I thought if you were under charity care or that kind of people's insurance, I thought that they gave you vouchers for public transportation. She shouldn't have to pay that out of pocket and wait to be reimbursed. Because think of how much a taxi ride is, even for a fucking what is it, 5 block ride. That's about how close the hospital is to where I live. But which is an easy walk for somebody like me that's ambulatory. But my mother is so weak because she's on iron drip. She has anemia. And they're going to be, they did a bunch of tests on her, but they're going to stick a camera into her small intestine, a tiny, tiny little camera, and they're going to, look in her innards. So she's still on a liquid diet. But it's rough when you don't have a cell phone and people can't get a hold of you. But I told her that I'm going to be broadcasting, I'm going to be live, and it would not be unheard of for somebody local who was a friend of hers to see that I'm saying something. And they can always go to the hospital. And if she has anything for me, she can always give it to them and they can always run down to the Boardwalk and do it, because I am on here. So, but yeah, but I'm really worried about her. Is anybody would be? Oh, and I haven't been able to use my shower yet because it is all clogged up. And I'm going to have to, I think, take big buckets of water and dump it into the toilet so that it goes down enough so that I can actually take a shower. I'm not going to wash my hair though because I still have a lot of braids in. I don't want to flatten out the hair that's all wavy and stuff, but I just want to put my hair in a bag and just clean myself real good. Tiger! Woo! Oh, that tiger. Oh, that tiger. Oh, that tiger. Don't get bit. Tigers. Oh, chilly, chilly, chilly. Sand dune. And That pavilion back there has some homeless people in it, and back there you got some homeless people. And this, of course, is a Tropicana, but you guys know that. Oh, there's this preacher that I know. A lot of us on the boardwalk know. He's a real nice guy. His wife's also in the hospital, and he's been visiting my mother when he goes to visit his wife. And he prayed for her the other day. And today she said he visited her and he gave her a Bible. So he's a real nice guy. Now, he wouldn't be watching my channel because my channel is decidedly not very probably relevant to somebody who's faithful to the Bible and stuff, because I talk about things that you're not allowed to do, like the occult stuff. But what he would like about this channel is seeing some people he knows, and I think he'd like the mouse rescue stuff because most people who are about love, they like animal content, unless they really hate rats and mice. I don't know. But, you know what? I think I need to put another layer. Oh, it was supposed to rain tonight. Oh, that's good. I was trying to watch some on YouTube on my computer a couple hours ago, and the volume was so quiet. One of the things that I don't like about my computer that was like this about all my devices is it doesn't get very loud. Thank you. Let's get a close up look. Can you tell I did some spot dyeing today? I refreshed some purple here. Earlier, I'd done a dip dye using Easter egg dye. I know that that's a temporary kind of sort of thing, but when you're not washing your hair, it doesn't matter. So, and I noticed even though I don't wash my hair a lot, it seems to fade anyway. And I went to beauty school, so I should know all this stuff. It just goes to show you can have an education and still not know shit about some things. I think it's the salt air and the humidity that leaches dye out, honestly. And I know it's not the sun that's doing it because I do my best to stay out of the sun. This I got to consecrate, but I'm going to wait until Mercury's no longer in retrograde. This is a talisman and seal of Mercury. And I'm sure you recognize this. It's a Hamsa hand or Hamza, depending on how you pronounce it. This was actually a keychain I got at the 99-cent store. This depicts the chakras. These are all semi precious stones. And this is a gift by one of my street brothers. And I collect eyes. Hey. Oh, and I don't see him in the chat room, but I mentioned I have a friend who's a fellow YouTuber, and his name is, well, his channel's name is Dump Star with two R's. And I really want to promote his channel some because he doesn't just do live streams. He actually feeds hungry and homeless people breakfast in New Orleans. He's in New Orleans at the moment. I actually met him here on the boardwalk last summer when I was being hassled by one of the cops on the 412 shift. But he doesn't just make content. The fact that he's actually helping to feed hungry people, he has definitely earned my respect. So I think that anybody that takes time to make a difference in some way, and it's really great when you do things on the internet, you can reach a lot more people and you get people to help other people. And we're building a community of people who just give a damn in our different ways and about different things. But sometimes we join forces to Ireland. Oh man, I've got some Irish blood in me, but I'm mostly English. But thank you. Uh, you know, not for what it's worth. I was born a redhead, and when I was like in second grade, I had really, really, really vibrant red hair, but it faded so much, and now it's a shade of its former self. And anyhow, I don't usually let my roots get too big before I bleach them out and dye them. And I know I got hella roots, but you know, they say we don't appreciate our natural hair color that we had when we were a kid, and it's only when it's faded we've gotten older and we're thinking, man, that wasn't half bad, you know. But Ireland is pretty awesome, and I've never been there, partly because I don't like to fly. But if I could get on one of those container ships or something, that would be how I would see the world. I just don't like the turbulence of being thrown around in an airplane. It just scares me, you know. I don't like the feeling. And since I don't drink anymore, I don't have that crutch. You know, I suppose maybe I could get knocked out, maybe given tranquilizers or something. But I don't really like messing with drugs too much, unless it's weed. And the last thing I want to do is smoke weed before getting on, because that would make feel even scarier. And my nose won't stop running. Brr, 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 brr. Not really putting this on, just to make it easier to put the guitar strap around my neck. All right, I'm gonna give you a view of the Tropicana, and what you see on the screens, they have a light and sound show. Oh, who else is in a hospital? One of my neighbors. She OD'd last night. She had a fight with her boyfriend who makes her work the streets, and you know what I mean by that. And he makes her do that to fund his drug habit. And a few minutes after I saw her, about after 4 o'clock last night, she apparently OD'd somewhere on the main street, and it wasn't anywhere near where anybody had Narcan. So she ended up in the emergency room, and she, as far as I know, is still in the hospital. Now, I keep this stuff with me, not on me right now. I have it at the house, but I would guess that half the people that are on the street here are carrying it on them. Just, you know, and not necessarily just because they do it, but because a lot of people around them. And Delaware, you know what I like about Delaware? Besides the fact that Tiger's there, Delaware doesn't have a state sales tax. So that's really great. I used to, when I would get a computer, I used to have it shipped to my Aunt Joan's house. She lived in Delaware. Well, she's dead now. But she would get it, and then when she would come up here to visit my mom, she would drop off what I bought. I should have taken something for my sinuses before I left the house. Nobody, as far as you can see. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this. Usually, though, what they do is they tell you the record company is aware that the song was in the background. And just if they ever put ads on this, the ad revenue will go to the songwriters. That's usually how they do it. I could have fallen asleep so easily, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, good. I'm glad it didn't fall through the crack. shit coming up. I hope she doesn't try to hit me up for money. I'm so sick of these panhandlers. You know, that's the biggest. Well, between actually the cops are the biggest threat musicians have. The second biggest threat is the panhandlers. They take money from us by hitting everybody up for money first, and then they have the nerve to near us again, taking money from us. Then we sometimes try to get money from us. I've had them trying to take the money that was in my hat when I would have a hat on. And that's just wrong. I wish that they would walk faster so they would get far enough away so they can't get up that are getting near me because that's the thing is that it's really you can't relax and get in the moment because you think that there's always these people that are trying to. I know they're just trying to survive too, but when other people's survival interferes with my survival, and really when you think when it comes down to it, if you're working for a living, you're working because it is how you survive. You survive by remuneration. That's just how society is. Peter says it's 50 degrees. I don't believe that it's, yeah, it feels really cold. My nose is running, my eyes are running, my makeup's probably smearing. I don't know. If I didn't batch record, I wouldn't be able to do it daily. Thank you, decent guy. Sometimes I think about taking my banner, bringing it out here with me, but I would have to, I guess I could hang it on the railing, but I would have to put it in a frame so it doesn't blow around. But then again, I don't know that I would always want if I was. If I could only have some people see it and not everybody see it, because the more locals know I'm on YouTube, then it makes me kind of nervous because I feel like they're monitoring what I say, and I don't know that I can always feel free to say what I want. If I need to feel free to be real and to tell the truth, and sure, sometimes you gotta sugarcoat things and you gotta talk about ideas rather than people and concepts rather than things that are personally identifiable. But other than that, I want to be authentic. I want to be real. I want to be able to tell the truth as much as it's safe for me to do so. You know, but there's kinds of content that I miss being able to make, like news commentary. I enjoy that so much, but because YouTube uh, has a problem with free speech, and it has a problem with Trump, and it has a problem with Republicans, and it has a problem with anything that they feel they have a right to suppress. And they have taken down so many of my videos, and they've given me warnings, and they've given me strikes. And I didn't think that I would still even be on YouTube. I thought they were going to shut me down. So the fact that I made it to 1,000 subscribers and I continue to grow, I'm very grateful for this because I want to build community. I want to make friends. I want to collaborate with other people on projects that I'm in agreement with, like anything to help cats. Uh, I really like that more and more places are outlawing new traps because it's torture, pure and simple. I can't believe one of my friends who's trying to come to America the right way, thinking he could get here by way of Alaska. Now he lives in the Middle East. If you're living in a place like, say, Iran, that's kind of a lot closer to the equator. And I would think if you're used to that climate, you would be miserable in a freezing cold area. I think I would be miserable freezing, even though I love snow. So I don't know how people can change climates so much. And I don't know that I would have it in me to be able to live in a real remote place. I like to know there's a convenience in knowing that you can catch a bus and get someplace. You don't need to be. I like being in populated areas. I like knowing that I could, in theory, find dance clubs and I could meet people and I could walk. I like being able to get around. What happens if it breaks down and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere? What if you need emergency services like firefighter or policeman or something? If you live in a city, it's easier to access services. Hey, say hello.
Hello, 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 hello. Oh, hello, hello. Is that the same person I was talking to yesterday?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing, kind of thing. Now, if there was a third person, we could do the Three Stooges thing.
Oh, golly, Sergeant Carter, that thing's really neat. Well, I'll invite you for a very important date. Jeez, man.
All right, he wants to sing a
What
song.
song do you want to sing?
He wants to picture the scenery. Yeah, get comfortable.
I'm in the mood for love. Simply because you're near, honey. But when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love.
Gotta see this. Gotta.
Babyloni has a first name. It's a West-C-A-R. Babyloni has a second name. It's
M-A-Y-E-R.
Well, they want to eat it every day.
If you ask me why, I'd say Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-A.
How's that? All right. You ain't gonna catch any fish with that little piece of shit plastic fishing rod, honey, but yeah. All right. That's a good song.
No, we're just messing around for YouTube. Keep on going. Keep on going.
I feel like Adam Lambert.
Oh, I like it.
I'm gonna marry the night. I'm a loser. Or maybe I'm Justine Bateman from Family Ties.
I heard she's
She looked like shit on fucking Desperate Housewives. I'm like, Junkie City, girl. You know, that happens,
talking about catching fish.
But I've been talking about, remember the land that Tom forgot? I'm referencing, these poor girls going around trying to get some relief. But, they think they're coming so far up somebody else's asshole. Friday. Friday's fish is good. But if you go to the Bonefish, they probably have a good selection every day. But, I'm thinking this way right here. Miley Cyrus will tell you This is the land that the tongue forgot on the.
Don't drop
It's
trowel. I will
terrible.
lose my channel.
It's terrible. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I'm Sally O'Malley. I'm 50. I like a kid.
Watch
I
my
like
computer.
Rich. I'm 50. 50 years old. Sally O'Malley. Mary Catherine Gallagher. Would you believe Secret Agent 86? Maxwell's. Back to work. I don't know if these people give you any credit.
Well, as long as the cop keeps on board.
And no wood nickels. You know how you just bite them. Like they used to on a cartoon. Be like, all right, that's a good one. That's a good one. And here we go. We're gonna leave you with this one. One of my favorites. 10 cents a day. That's what they pay me. 10 cents a dance. Ain't that some shit? 10 cents? In today's economy, I can't buy shit with that. Oh no.
You know, uh, like I say, I always have this disclaimer. Some of the things you see and hear, just because I show it on my channel, does not mean I personally approve or whatever. You know, like they say that whenever a talk show comes on, they say it doesn't necessarily reflect the views of station managers, and all that stuff. No, but I do believe in free speech, and if people want to go and get their 5 minutes of YouTube fame, but I do believe in free speech. And there's very few times when I will make somebody stay away from the mic. Like if they were trying to dox somebody, or if they wanted to say give instructions that you could find in a certain cookbook that the anarchists used. Like he's down this way. He's actually sleeping in that doorway back there. So, but I wish he would have shown you the front of his hat. He did the artwork on his hat. He actually draws. But yes, I do believe, and I don't quote me on this. I do believe when it comes to the McDonald's food at the buffet, he's missing a few Happy Meals. But it takes all kinds in this world. And I think when it comes to people that have some mental issues, I think they deserve our compassion and our patience. Now, I see something that the cops are doing down there. You see how they're kind of fucking with some people. I don't know if you could see it, but the cops are down. He very well could have been. Well, first of all, there's the psychiatric things, but I've smoked weed with him before. Oh, I hope I'm not about to have some trouble. Sometimes people will fuck with you. Smoking weed. I watched some people smoking weed about a half hour ago, and the guy threw the and I went over to where they were. I couldn't find that damn thing anywhere. If you're within the sound of my voice and you're local and you have some weed, you can drop off some weed. I will gladly smoke it. I have a pipe. I don't have fire. Want to smoke me out? I'm here in front of the Tropicana. Yeah. Um, Actually, sometimes that guy, he tells jokes that are so dirty, they're definitely not appropriate for all ages. But sometimes he tells them at this church dinner that a bunch of us go to once a month that the food is really good and people are real nice. And if I don't have something more important to do, it is kind of nice to rub elbows with the unwashed masses. Cops look like they've come after the watch the popo. Watch the popo. Stay away from me. Watch the popo. Everybody's smoking. Except yeah, and I can never tell if people are gonna approach me or something. Like I thought that a couple were getting kind of close, which is just I don't have a sixth sense to tell if anybody is gonna tip me. I just don't have that sixth sense that some buskers have because I haven't been doing it that long. This is only my second year out here with this guitar, so just every day is different. You never know. Um, So, what I don't like is the cop is stopped right in front of the storefront where some of those homeless people were camped out. And sometimes they do make sure that a person's not OD'd or something. But other times they write people tickets for sleeping or if they catch somebody drinking, because that's still, you're not supposed to drink in public. Even though this area, this casino district, you can drink if you have a covered container. Like you can bring a cocktail out of a casino or the places that sell daiquiris on the boardwalk, and this has to be in a container. It can't be in a bottle that you bought up from a liquor store. It has to be in a glass or something. Which, frankly, I never understood the whole concept of having it illegal to be drunk in public, because the way I see it, as long as you're not behind the vehicle, you're not driving drunk. How much damage can you get if you're walking, right? And since alcohol is legal, even though I don't drink personally, you should be able to drink it as long as you're not operating heavy machinery or driving. If you're walking around, that should be within your rights. Because what's the worst that can happen to you? You can fall, hurt yourself, and you could get in a fight maybe. But for the most part, you are relatively harmless. You might be noisy, but you're harmless. So why would a cop ticket you just because you're drunk in public? Were you supposed to stay home, drink alone? Come on. That's not practical. People tend to like to be social. But they're constantly stopping there, and that's never a good sign. Check out the moon. Tonight is the pink moon. It's full. And I know I don't get the best uh, visuals on this laptop, but if you look behind me up above, that's the moon. Too bad I can't zoom with it. There's the Popo. Popo, leave me alone. Popo, leave me alone. See, it looks like he's got his high beams on. Oh man, I'm sorry you can't see the moon the way I can. It looks really big and it looks like it's glowing, kind of pinkish gold. It looks so much bigger in person than what it looks like here on the screen.
It's a way of space guys and bodies staying room to try to headline here controversies for 68 minutes equals one seriously a good time. Look your spare room today. Escape AC only. Try it.
You look so happy. You do. I mean, you're glowing. Like not as glowing as the moon, but you're glowing. You're happy. Oh, you know, he was laying down. He was forcing around and telling jokes, and it cop stuff. And I had to assure them we were forcing around for YouTube and stuff because they like them jokes. Some of them are definitely not ready. You give them the magazine. It's not life. You look like you're a little children. Yeah, I know I am.
Say I see you. Sorry if I'm everything because
That's my buddy Jeffrey. If you got a good look at his face, he looks so much like Ronnie Howard. He looks just like him. He looks more like Ron Howard than Ron Howard looks like Ron Howard. Well, Ron Howard now has lost all his hair and he wears a baseball cap and he's bald. He looks like he did when he was on Happy Days. And Tiger, I am so happy to see you when I'm doing these live streams and when you comment my videos and everything. It means a lot. I love it when my friends show up because, you know, why wouldn't I? I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the attention. I appreciate your comments. And I love how good you are to cats. And I love how you give a chance to those cats that people declawed and you make sure that they have a safe home. And I respect that so much. This is a moon. It looks so much bigger in person. Oh, now the cops. You can see that they're out of the car and they're interrogating or otherwise hassling these people that are living in one of the storefronts. There's a woman. She's got one side of it, and then Robert, the guy that told the jokes, he's on the other side. And people got each other's back and they look after people and stuff. It's too damn cold. It's too damn cold. And of course, I had to do the boneheaded move that instead of wearing long socks, I'm wearing short socks so my ankles are cold. But if I'm wearing sweatpants, I'm cold. I didn't want to, I was going to wear a skirt like I usually do, but I was thinking, man, it's windy out there. I just was not. Ooh, the hair. Ho ho, gonna see keep on going. Fighting, so that's shot. Keep on going. Don't you far with me. It's your police. You don't give a stop. Have some common sense. With people that I love. Is it colder than it is here? Because you're right by the coast too. You could see I have a couple of stickers on the back of my computer. And one of them is that Joe Biden sticker that everybody puts on the gas pumps where he's pointing and says, I did this. Well, I got that on the back of my computer. Oh, now, Tiger, did you know that Trump is going to do a rally in Wildwood, New Jersey in May? Trump is coming here. And I would like to go, but you need a cell phone to order tickets. And I don't have a cell phone, so I can't order a ticket. And they're probably going to be sleeping in the line for a couple of days to get there. And because I don't have a vehicle, like if say I brought a sleeping bag and I waited in the line and stuff, well, first of all, usually people put all this stuff back in their car when they're ready to go in. And what I would end up having to do is I would have to set it outside and it would be thrown out because I wouldn't have any place to stash it. So anything I brought there would probably get taken. And it probably wouldn't let me bring the computer in. I would love to live stream it for YouTube. Now, if I could get some tech lessons from the library and I could learn how to use that iPad 4 that I got and this kitty tablet, then I would have something nice and little and portable that maybe they would let me bring in. I don't know, they might not let me bring a tablet in, but it'd be great if they did. Because imagine if I got to follow, broadcast a Trump rally. I would want to do something like that. But Tiger, if you're not doing anything, why don't you consider coming up here to see Trump? Because he was here once before, and of course, and I asked on Facebook, I have a handful of kids I went to school with and stuff, and they knew I wanted to go, but because I am just casual acquaintances, and I'm not really, really, really friends with these people. So nobody invited me to go with them to the rally. So I didn't get to go, because they just took their significant others and their kids or whatever. but that's okay. He gets reelected. I'll go to his inauguration, and I will cover it for YouTube. Because I went to, and hopefully with something smaller and portable, so that I can. And I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation is along the parade route. I love Trump. You know that. Weed legal in Delaware yet? Are they going to vote on it? We need to get more legalization. It'll make it safer for everybody. And once we get federal legalization, then you can transport it safely across state lines. Now you just hope you don't get caught, right? I wonder how much battery power I got left. Let's see. Uh, says 43% remaining. 1 hour and 14 minutes to go. Oh, they didn't legalize yet. Maryland got legalized. Virginia might be legal. I don't know. I'm on the normal mailing list, and I'm on some other uh, email lists too. But I have so much spam in my Hotmail. I'm over capacity. So anybody who uses my Hotmail to write me, that's the address is on my the notes of my YouTube channel. Uh, you could always contact me through YouTube, and I have a Gmail account, and it's Odin's Backlash, ODINSBACKLASH at Gmail. That's my Google. I used to have a bunch of Yahoos, but unfortunately they got so much spam, and then I didn't check them frequently enough, and they got kind of taken away. And now you can't open up another Yahoo account without having a cell phone because they insist on you having a way to get text messages. They missed the memo that not everybody uses cell phones because some people actually have landlines, but not a whole lot of us, I guess, do. But you know what? I like having a landline. And for the fact that I hardly ever talk on the phone anyway, so, and I like not having the cordless extension in my room because can you imagine the way I go to bed really late and then say I go to bed at 7:30 in the morning and then 2 hours later somebody calls and wakes me up. Well, I had 2 hours of sleep and it really fucks you up in the head when you don't get enough sleep. Thinking maybe if I set this down, maybe it'll look like I'm actually trying to make money. And so far, I made 26 cents today. I really like that. You know, do better than that. Because you can't buy too much for 26 cents. Yeah, you guys know that. was going to drop trousers or do something obscene. I'm so glad he did. See, people can be very unpredictable. And that would get me in a lot of trouble if somebody did something like that. I would hope that YouTube would cut me slack because you got to realize that people are responsible for their own behavior, and you're in public places. You can't control what other people do.
You and outdoor dining.
Doesn't look like tonight's gonna be a work night, really. I suppose I could be embarrassed, but you know what? I can't control other people's behavior, but I'm not gonna lie and say that it doesn't kind of suck to be out here and do basically nothing. It's almost like if you're a stripper and you make a no-tip show, and trust me, I know what that feels like. But if you don't go out at all, you're guaranteed not to make anything. So, you know, but if I was up all the way where the ocean casino is, it is so windy up there because it's really, really tall up at that end. And then I wouldn't appreciate walking all the way up there. And then imagine if you walked all the way up there and you still didn't make anything, you know. At least here, I got a little bit of exercise and it's not going to take me too long to get home. If I set this on top of the clapboard, people realize maybe a person could put money in this. I mean, I don't know. People are trying to tell me that if you had a money thing out there, the cops would be more likely to fuck with you. But then I was also told that by not having something out there, people would realize that this was, you know, a mercantile thing. So I don't know. All I get is conflicting information. And if a real musician tells me he thinks I should have something out there, but then another musician says, oh, the cops will go after you if you have a bucket or a hat or something. So, well, I'm going to try. I'm going to set it down here. I'm not going to worry if somebody takes this because all it has is 26 cents in it and a guitar flute. It is, oh, it's 8:25 on. Well, I'm safe to assume, I guess I'm not making it to the hospital again tonight. Ooh, Popo, or maybe an ambulance. Okay. Oh, that's a Popo. Policeman. Policeman, don't fuck with me. Policeman. But if he does, it'll be live. He isn't gonna look good if he tries.
You know the soundtrack too. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and merry, and I pity a pitiful anybody who isn't me. I am football, no matter what they say. What? Oh,
How?
oh, thank you for letting me entertain your audience.
We're throwing hearts up, so we must be throwing something right. Say what you will. When 9/11 happened and I came back here from Hollywood, it was the people in the homeless community that were nice to me. When most of the other people around here look at me like I was something they stepped in. You know? So figure maybe when I get home, maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll. He is funny. If you don't mind dirty jokes, he has the funniest dirty jokes. But some of them they're so funny that I'm almost afraid to laugh because I don't want people to think there's something wrong with me that I think stuff's funny. But if you can handle adult humor, he's your guy. not realize why I'm here? I mean, are they that stupid? Or do I not look bummy enough? Or do I look too bummy? What? Let's see some more voodoo. It's now 8:32 p.m. You think I should keep? I don't see why I should keep on sticking around out here. 26 cents. Come on, man. That's you know what? Just give up. But then again, every time I see somebody walking up here, then I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. See, doing this for my fucking health. You know, I don't claim to be a great player or something like that, but I swear, with Atlantic City, they wouldn't know talent if you bit them in the ass. Time I think that I'm gonna pack up, then I see a few more people walking up this way. I don't know. I mean, what would you guys do if you were me? Would you stick around if all you made was 26 cents? I mean, no. I imagine you guys work for more than that. I don't know. I could do it. No. I may or may not. Uh, I may or may not go live when I can do my own. Depends on my free time. But you know, I don't go up here my health. I go up here to make some cha-ching and to smoke some weed. And I didn't get any weed, and trying to part with their silver. So okay, it's my charging cable. Fuck you, Atlantic City. This town never did seem to like me too much anyway. Probably should have gone out a little bit earlier today, but I had to be careful of the sun. Okay, what I'll do is I'll walk with this thing until the signal will all of a sudden everything is going to go dead. Because when you go out of range, it's just going to go dead. I'm going to try to carry this with one hand, and hopefully I won't drop the guitar, or let's see, my one-handed holding thing here. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Goodbye, moon. Goodbye, cheapskates. Hello, casino. Oh, let's see where I could possibly see. This is a plug-in spot right here. Anybody is around here, y'all need a plug-in for your phones or your computers or whatever, this would be one of many places. I'm gonna try to look for some roaches. But sometimes you can get enough roaches that would actually be the equivalent of a couple of joints, you know?